70? 70, 70, 70, 70, 70, 70. Select! Yeah, that's me! That's me! Hey, yeah! Church on Sunday, 70! Yeah. You know what? You want to know something? You want to know something? I'll tell you something. You want to know something? God loves you for who you are, how you are, what you are, no matter who you are, how you are, what you are, who you are, how you are, what you are. God loves you no matter what. And, you know, what comes to my mind, I know this dude, and I think that he did some things in his life that weren't too admirable. And now here he is later on in his life, and I tried to reach out to him and be friends with him. And then, you know, life gets busy, and I'm thinking about the way it is with engaging with people sometimes. It's like if you're not the one that's doing it all the time, it doesn't get done, you know? So I kind of gotten to the point with him where I've seen that, you know, if I don't engage with them and set something up and be persistent and finally be the one to orchestrate and set it, it's not going to happen. But it's not what this is about. This is about, you know, like, I think he's had some things in his life where he has that haven't been too admirable, and I think he's having some acceptance problems in his life, you know, because I teased him and I said in a text to him, I said I was just messing with him, and I said, you know, my mom read some things about you, so I'm not too sure whether we can hang out or not, you know. You know, and obviously I'm an older guy, and it's supposedly like my mom read some things about him, like she's going to influence my life at all. But anyway, I was just teasing. I think my mom read some things about you, she told me, and he kind of took it literally. So, not totally literally, but, you know, it just showed me that there's something there. And then, that little booger, I mean, I didn't stay in contact with him, and he defriended me on Facebook. So it's like, what's up with that, you know? And I think it was because I didn't stay in touch with him and set something up with him. And then I'm just some other buddy else that, you know, that isn't following through with him. And he already feels bad about himself to begin with because of some things that he did in his life that he's not too proud of. And, you know, so then, you know, now he's just kind of shut me out of the door, which eventually I'm going to reach out to him anyways. I'll keep you posted. Well, maybe not. But, you know, so that's the thing about people. I think that when they kind of shy away from God is because they already feel guilty about things, excuse me, in their life that they have done. For the most part, I think general as humanity don't really feel too good about ourselves anyways, and we don't approve of ourselves. We don't appreciate ourselves. You're supposed to love your neighbor as yourself, but we don't have any appreciation for ourselves. We don't, you know, I think the majority of people out there don't, you know? I mean, you know, I came from that generation myself where you know, our fathers told us how screwed up we were, and I think if they told us how screwed up we were, that finally, you know, I think somewhere along the line we'd want to be better, you know. Oh my gosh, whatever. But the point I'm trying to make here is that, you know, because there's all kinds of crap in this world, you know, and that is one thing for certain you can count on, because you count. I gotta be honest and say, I mean, I haven't experienced it yet, except for one person in my life that is tried and true. Somebody that you can rely on, and somebody you know that they're unconditional and that they love you no matter what. You know, there's not too many people out there in the world that will do that. I mean, you look at how parents are towards their kids. You look at how people look. You know, it's all about conditions. It's all about the conditions that are there, whether you're accepted or whether you're loved or not. But excuse me, I think that's probably one thing that's always kept me close to God, is because I knew long time ago, you see, that God loved me and that He was there. and that I could rely on him, and no matter what, and it is difficult to have a relationship with something you can't see or hear, but, having that faith of knowing, there was just an innate knowing within me, knowing that God was always there and that I could count on him. I had to be patient and wait things for happen, but that God loves me and, and that he cares and that he's supporting me. And I may not see all the magical and the waving of the wands and the stuff like that, but excuse me, he's there. So, you must know that for you too, because God has got me through some really tough times that I'm not even going to go into them now, but they will come out later in life. Very poignant times that I wouldn't have made it through had I not had God in my life. So, some of you, God's there no matter what. You can always turn to him. But let me tell you something, there's a part of that you must continue to have the relation. It's about relationship, friends. It's about relationship, and it's about that maintaining that relationship. And the more you're consistent and persistent with the relationship with God. And you know what? And that's not just these fleeting prayers or prayer times like for instance, I see Eastern religions have certain prayer times in the world, where they all bow down and put their little rug down or whatever, and they have their little religious experience by doing that, and at certain times their day. And I mean, I'm sure, that it creates a little bit of a discipline, but the fact remains the same to say that, you can contact and have a relationship with God at any moment, at any given time, to go within yourself, to go within peace, to get quiet, to be still and know God. Be still, to go within yourself and to have that sort of quietness and to spend even those moments with God. And I was telling you, you don't do that enough, and all of a sudden you're going to find out that God's inside of you, huh? He's always there. That's right. God's inside of you. Is the beat in your heart and the breath that you breathe. That's right. God's inside of you, and he's always there, and he's always faithful, and he's always going to happen. What comes to my mind here is that God gave man free will, right? God gave man free will to choose and to direct your own lives. That's where Satan got his little booger in there, because he knew he could do things to influence stuff. And we're living in spiritual warfare at this time, and boy, aren't we ever. I mean, I'm telling you, I think, we think about the day when people say that, Jesus is going to come back, and there's going to be a war. I mean, the tensions and the hate and the discontent and all the things that are rising in this world, we do have a chance as men to try to move towards a direction. And the only way that we're going to do it effectively is with God, the power of God, and letting go and letting God and letting go and letting God and letting go and letting God and letting go and letting God. We have to do it in that too. But we must be connected with relationship. I said relation. We as people on this planet. Let me kind of back things up all the way over here to bring it to the extent of the point or the reality, the fact that they're all one family. Think about this. And we're thinking about, and then you're going to picture in your head the physiology of a human being, right? You ever see it when all the skin's gone and the eyes are like, and the muscles are stretched all over the head and you see the structure and everything? We're all the same. You peel off the skin off of every human being. I mean, like here there today was just like this, the far right Nazi dudes that want to march, and it's like, come on, man, evolve, bros, evolve, boys, and girls, whatever. But to think honestly, really, that we're all the same. Underneath the skin and a peel off the skin, and then it look kind of freaky underneath, but we're all the same. We're all the same in that aspect. We're all the same in the fact that we are one creation, that we are one family. One family. And why can't we all just call him God? Yeah! Why can't we all just call him God? Be one family, one love, one God. Yeah!